Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the laser engraver to cut out your box. We're going to start out here on the computer. I'm going to see if I can frame this up so you can see what's going on the screen, and then I'm going to pan the camera over to the laser engraver. First thing, let me zoom in on this. On the desktop there's a folder called Shared Folders, and when you open that up you should see some different folders, and you want to find your period. I'm going to be in period 4 today. In there is the folder laser cut box, where you should have uploaded or moved your Adobe Illustrator file from Illustrator on your iPad through Google Drive. And I'm going to find my file. It should have my name on it. I'm going to open it up. And that should open up Adobe Illustrator. It might already be open. Hopefully this doesn't take too long to load. Should have opened it up before this so we actually had it on the screen. And then you'll be able to see your file. You can zoom around on it, whatever you want to do. You might want to check a couple of settings here just to make sure it's going to work. But your stroke should be set to 0.001 inches or 0.072 points, and you want to make sure that your red, green, blue values, your RGB values, are at 255 for red and 0 for green and 0 for blue. That is going to make the laser engraver cut all of these parts. Alright, so it looks like it's going to fit on the sheet just fine. So let me zoom out here and show you how we're going to load the laser engraver. I'm going to grab the piece of wood that we're going to use. There's a piece underneath here. Here it is. That's that piece that it should fit on. That corresponds to that square that you made in Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to put it in this top left corner. And I'm going to show you what I mean. So we want to make sure that we have this all the way to the left and all the way to the top. So you kind of have to look at it, especially if you're using the whole square and you're getting close to the edge. We want to line that up. We want to make sure we use a flat piece, that it's as flat as possible. And then you might be wondering what this like honeycomb stuff is. That's like a cutting bed that when the laser cuts through, it cuts a little bit better than having it on the solid metal, which sometimes we just use the base table, which is solid metal, for engraving. But for cutting we're going to use this. So I've got that loaded in there. I'm going to close the lid carefully. You'll notice that red light stopped flashing. That means it's closed all the way. And then I'm going to go back to the computer and I'm going to go ahead and send this to the laser engraver. The way that you send it to the laser engraver, it works like a printer. So you're going to go, just like you would if you were printing from any program, to the File menu, and you're going to go down to Print. And then this box comes up. I'll move it into the camera, and it asks a bunch of stuff. All of this stuff should be set. There's one change you need to make. The name of the laser engraver is the M300, so that's set. That's good. But notice that down here where it gives us this print preview, it's in the middle of this larger rectangle. So what that looks like in the laser engraver, if I go back over here, is that right now it's going to print like here in the middle part. And we have our sheet over here to the left. So what we're going to need to do here is move this over so that it's in the same spot that it's at in the laser engraver. And you can do that by just in this little window here, moving this over. And I'm actually going to move it, well, this one's smaller, as close as I can to that corner. And then you can see that square there is that same square that we have. It's a sheet of plywood. Now, for this project, I'm not going to get into changing the laser engraver settings. I'll have it set up for you to automatically have the settings to print. So I click the print button, and now it's sent that information over to the laser engraver. So I'm going to go back over here, and there's a little screen here. And what you want to look for is your name. So that one's not mine. I need to find mine. So I'm going to go to the next file. So I'm going to click next. Yep. That is my name. These settings will work to cut. They might be different when I set it up for when you get to this, but this speed being slower somewhere between like 1 and 3. It might be like 2.8 or 2.9. That will work. This one will work too. And before I hit the start button, there's an important step you got to do. This creates a lot of smoke because it's actually going to burn through the wood. So this Fumex machine here that the keyboard and mouse are on, it's a big vacuum. So I'm going to turn that on, and that's going to suck all of the smoke out of the laser engraver. All right, now that that's on and everything's in there and my name is on there, I'm ready to hit the start button. When I hit start, the laser should start moving and it should start cutting. Now here's a safety warning. We're looking at this in the camera right now. Don't look at that light. It's like looking at the sun. It hurts your eyes, it burns the lens and your cornea in your eye, and it can be really bad for your eyes. So safety wise, do not look at the laser as it's cutting. Where do you look then? Well, some students do like this, where they point their camera at it and they watch it through the camera because your screen isn't bright enough to hurt your eyes. Or what you can do is you look off, like you look over here, and then you make your brain think about what it's seeing in the periphery. It's hard to do. Safest thing is just don't look at the burning as it cuts. So what you're going to do is you're going to wait until it's finished, and then you'll know it's finished because it'll beep a few times, and then you'll know it's safe to take it out.